Hello, mon amis. Welcome to The Way I See It with Chantal. Yeah, it's been a while since I uploaded a video. I apologize. Actually, I don't really, because it wouldn't have been very good if I couldn't talk. So, um, today we're going to talk about transit, the do's and don'ts of transit, why you don't do certain things. So I've talked to a lot of people agree or don't agree. We'll talk about both sides and it'll be good. Yeah. Welcome. Alright, so transit. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about where to sit, things you shouldn't do, where to stand, just some basic transit rules that apparently people don't know, but they exist, and so you should know. All right. All right, so first off, where to sit. So when you get an empty bus, sit wherever you want. I don't care. If you get an empty bus, well, I guess not empty. If you get on a bus with one other person, you may sit in any seat you want, except for the seat beside that person. In the majority of circumstances, that person doesn't want to sit beside you. That person doesn't want to be near you, and the fact that you're sitting beside them is probably weirding them out. So don't do it. Don't sit beside them. If you get on a bus or train, whatever, with a ton of other people on it, and let's say every outer seat is taken, you may now fill in the inner seats. If you get on a bus with your friends, you may sit beside them in that. Don't sit on the seat in front of them. Don't sit on the seat behind them. Sit in the seat beside them. So you aren't taking up two things, and so that random people do not have to sit beside you because, well, they probably don't want to listen to your conversation. So just sit with your friends, not near strangers unless you have to. Everyone's happy, win-win. Congratulations. Also on where to sit on the bus. So whenever you get on a bus, you want to move to the seat closest to the window. That way you're not taking up more space than you need to, I guess. Don't sit in the middle of that seat because that's just a jerk move and you look like a jerk and that's not cool. Don't sit on the seat closest to the aisle because then no one can sit beside you if the bus gets full and you just look dumb and like a total jerk. Yeah, just move to the outside, like closest to the window. And don't put your stuff beside you. And then that way, if you're on the outside, then somebody can just sit there if the bus is full. And if it comes down to it and the bus is full and you're sitting in the middle or like the aisle seat, somebody's going to have to ask you to move. You're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. But it's going to happen. So why don't you just move in the first place, and then nobody has to be awkward and you can just go on with your day and they can go on with theirs and everybody's happy. All right, where to stand. So if you get on a bus and there's nowhere to sit, then you may stand, preferably in that little door space, under the conditions that you're going to move if someone else needs to get off the bus, and then in turn you take their place sitting down. If the bus is full and you're standing in the aisleway, it is your obligation to move if that person who's sitting needs to get off the bus, and then you may take their seat in place or in turn. Yeah, don't just, and if you're standing, take your backpack off because nobody wants to be whacked with it. Um, Purses, just hold them or stick them on the ground in front of you between your legs or something. Um, yeah, that's pretty much standing on a bus. On a train, move towards like the middle where the like handles are, and same deal. If somebody gets up, you can now sit down where they are, so you're not clogging the aisle so that people can get in and out of the train smoothly, preferably. Um, yeah, just try and stay out of people's way. They try and we all want to get on and off the train easily, and the bus just makes everyone's life nicer. Cool. So this one's pretty simple. Your music does not need to be heard by anyone else but you. So turn it down, because no one else wants to hear it. Because if they wanted to listen to that music, they would be listening to it themselves. They don't need your help. And well, if they aren't listening to music, they probably didn't want to in the first place. And if they did, probably not yours. So just turn it down and keep it to yourself. Pretty simple. Yep. Alright, items and lotions and stuff. So if you get on the bus or the train and you have a backpack or you have a purse or you have a bag or something of any sorts, your options are to stick them at your feet, not in the way of people that are standing or they have to walk by you and are going to trip over it, but like kind of like between your feet or behind them, or on your lap. Not beside you, not in the middle of the aisle, not like taking up the entire seat, on your lap. Um, if you want to use hand lotion, don't do it. Wait until you get off the train because nobody wants to smell it. And there are a lot of people who are allergic to it out there or the scents. And well, that's the last thing you need is an allergic reaction on the train. Um, I get headaches from it and I don't really want to smell it and I don't want to be near you and will probably stare at you until you put away your hand lotion on the train. Um, yeah, just take into consideration everyone else around you, along with strong perfumes and stuff. That can just ruin a person's day. Take into consideration other people when riding transit because there are a lot of other people taking transit with you. So I've covered where to sit, where to stand, the basic places where you can place your items, and not using like hand lotion on the train or bus. Um, One of the last things that I can think of that really you shouldn't do on transit that this one guy on my bus route always does. Um, if you're taking the bus and it's cold outside and it's freezing and you just got on a nice warm bus and you're finally de-thawing, you don't go and open the window. Why do you open the window? I don't get it. Why on earth would you do something like that? You're just making everyone else freeze. Those people who are finally getting warm are now going to be freezing again because you opened the window. Why? Why do you do that? I don't know. But he does it. Yeah, just my big things are taking into consideration everyone else that takes transit with you. Um, yeah. So whenever I was talking to my one friend about where to sit on the bus, he disagreed with me, and well, he's an extrovert, so he thought it'd be okay to go and sit beside the other person that's on the bus whenever there's just two of you, because well, he thinks it's an opportunity to make new friends. And I guess if that's your opinion on it, that's fine. But I will probably just ignoring you. probably ignore you. So, and that's how other people have seen it too that I've talked to. So, I mean, this is just my opinion, but it's a pretty universal opinion on how to take transit that I've found. So, yeah, this is the unwritten rules of transit. Alright, so those are the unwritten rules of transit. Hopefully you learned something and will take transit differently, because there are people out there on the train beside yourself that would appreciate it if you took transit to these rules, like myself. Yeah, so watch for future videos, watch the previous ones if you haven't already, and have a good night, y'all. Subscribe if you want. Yeah. Good night. Sleep well. Have a good day. I don't know what time it is where you are. But yeah. Neat.